Right then, what do you think this instrument is? Well, this is the bassoon, and it comes in 4 parts and also a curly tube. This is called the crook, and I'll be telling you all about this one in a minute. Now then, first of all, we have to name the joints. This is the butt joint, and it's a very important part of the bassoon because it actually has 2 tubes inside, one running down and one running up. And they're both connected with a U tube that fits inside here. Now, I'll be telling you all about this later because it's very important. The next part is the long joint, which is the fat bit, and that connects to the bell. Now, the bell has 2 keys on it, which have 2 levers that go up and down. You can see them moving here, okay? And they have to connect to these 2 bits here. So it's very important that they line up. So just place the 2 joints together and just push like that, there, and they slide together. Okay, now the next thing is to pick up the wing joint. This is the smallest part, and it's got a little wooden stopper in here which you take out. And this is only used for when it's in its case, so you don't have to worry about that. Now then, we join these 2 pieces of wood together by a lock. Now the lock is this part here, and if I can possibly do it, there we are. You can see that going up and down, and that fits inside here. Once the 2 pieces are together, we then pick up the butt joint, and you'll see that one tube is bigger than the other, and also one hole is bigger than the other. So obviously the big joint fits inside the big hole, and just push down like this. Gradually, 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 just pushing them down until they fit nice and snugly into the holes. And that is now your finished bassoon. Now to fit the crook. Now then, the crook is a very thin tube with very thin metal, so it's very important that we treat this correctly. If we catch it hold here and press it down, we're going to bend this tube. And once it's bent, it's lost a lot of its strength, so it's very important that we hold this correctly. If you put your forefinger and your thumb either side of here and wrap your hand around, and then as we push it into the instrument, we push downwards like this. So we're not putting any stress on this part of the tube. So place this on the floor, and again pushing down vertically with little twisting movements, press down like this. There. And that's how you fit the crook. Now then, although this is a very large instrument, it still does suffer from moisture. It gets moisture running down through the whole of this side of the instrument. Now, luckily, the makers of all bassoons actually make the inside of this tube with plastic or ebonite, which is a hard rubber. So it protects it from rotting. But the problem we have is down here, where the water is going to collect. So it's very important that we use the correct cleaner to absorb the water. First of all, we have to take the instrument apart. So in reverse order, we take off the bell, we can take off the crook, and then undo that lock and remove the long joint and the wing joint. Now then, we need a special kind of cleaner for this because this is the U tube, as we said before, that goes down and up. So what we have to do is have a piece of cloth with a string on it and a special weight attached to the end. Now then, this is the one. So it's got a ball on the end, which you put into the small hole, drop it through, wriggle, 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 and turn this gradually upside down. We shake it down to the end, and you can see the ball coming out the end. There we are. Now very slowly, just pull and let the cloth absorb all the water, pull it through. There, magic. Now then, this may take a bit of practice. What that's done is to take out any moisture that is accumulated in here, as I said earlier. Now the reason for it being so important is that at the bottom of here, you've got the G sharp key. And if we don't take the moisture away from this, all the wood around here will rot after a couple of years. And it's very important that you remove the water. So that's that. The next thing to do is to use another pull through, which is shaped like a kipper tie, and that one is for the wing joint. So we place this down the big end. This is a lot easier, this one. Place it down there so the weight comes out of the end. Now you don't need to pull it all the way through, because what will happen is the water will get squashed up into some of these tubes, which we don't want to happen. We just want the cloth to absorb the water. So leave it in there for a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds, and then pull it out the way it came. It's actually got a piece of string, so not too difficult. And there we have it. One cleaned instrument. Now, there is no need to clean the inside of the long joint and the bell joint, quite simply because, for a start, they're very, very big, and also they're going up, so the water is not going to reach up here, so you don't need to worry about that. The only other thing I would suggest you do is, after you finish playing, is use a nice polishing cloth, a special silver one. They're impregnated with some chemical, which helps to keep them nice and clean and brings up that nice shininess again. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go mad at it. You don't need to use brushes or anything like that, because that can cause problems. All you need to do is just wipe your finger marks off and then put it back in its case.